Kendall and Mikhail Lewis, the Michigan Daily. In 2018, you were playing the rivalry series, USA-Canada, and there was one game in Hartford that you played in. And after the game, you signed my jersey and you told me to dream big. And I know that at that point, the state of professional women's hockey was a little bit more bleak than it is now. Obviously, the PWHL is so successful, but it was a really hard road for you to get there. And just over the past 7 years, what do you think about telling yourself to continue dreaming and all of the work that you've put in to make the PWHL a success? You and as the president, and just what would you tell the next 15-year-old girl that asks you what her goal should be?
Yeah, I think it's taken all of us to get here. You included everyone in this room, the almost 15,000 fans in the stadium here tonight, all the players that you see, the players who you didn't see today, the players that have come before all of us. It's taken all of us to get the game to where it is today. And, whether it's, kids in the stands, whether they were at the Red Wings game this afternoon or our game this evening, whether it's follow their dreams to be a professional hockey player, or to be in the media, or to be a coach, to be whatever it is that they want to be. I think that message doesn't change. And if you have the willingness to put in the work that it takes to accomplish your dreams and your goals, I think you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. And I think, women's hockey has shown that, and it's taken all of us to get here, including all of you. So thank you. This was not the outcome that we as the Minnesota Frost wanted, but it was another extremely big win for the sport globally. So, I think that's important to tip our hockey helmet to Detroit, who showed up tonight.
Thank you.
Melissa, kind of just talk about that yourself, being from the area, being fluid, and growing up playing in my hockey system here. Just what is the crowd, the atmosphere, and showing the love for women's hockey in Detroit? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it actually means a lot. I never thought growing up that I would be able to play in a professional women's hockey game in my home state. So it was kind of a dream come true, though it wasn't at Joe Louis Arena like I would love it to be. But I mean, Little Caesars Arena showed up. Everybody here has been so welcoming. It's just been such a great opportunity. And I know just seeing all the girls in the stands wearing their youth hockey jersey, now they can see it, and now they know that they have something to look forward to in their future.
Coaches obviously in Minnesota, you guys play with the X, so you have great crowds there too. Just kind of coaching a game like this with such a loud, boisterous crowd. What kind of challenges do you kind of see when you're behind the bench there?
Yeah, well, it's fun. I mean, for me, I'm just glad they're having the opportunity to showcase their talents. I mean, it's like you said, we're at the X and we get good crowds there as well. But now this is our third rivalry game. They've all been outstanding in Denver and Raleigh, and now here in Detroit, where it's great support. And for me, that's the biggest thing, to showcase all of these ladies' talents, and so that everybody can see how talented they are. What a great game it is. How fast, physical. I just think people don't understand how good of hockey players they are. And I think they're exceptional players. I've obviously been around hockey my whole life, and for me, it's a treat, and I'm so excited for them to get to experience those kind of things.
Kendall, you guys have been on the road for a very long time here. How's it going to be to get back home to the X, but also just in general to be home for a good chunk of time here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to need directions to my stall. I haven't been there in a while. I might have forgotten how to I'll get through the Excel. We're excited to get home. I think the last time I stepped in our practice facility was in January. We had a little bit of a stretch, but we were practicing at a different facility due to the high school state tournament. I think this has been a really tough stretch for us, and it's important to acknowledge that. It's hard to be on the road for the duration that we've been on, but we can't control that. So what? So we get home, and we're looking forward to being home, playing in front of our great fans, and getting back in the win column.
Kendall, with your perspective and context, you need to speak to how cool it is that so many cities want to be an expansion city, and you see some signs here, obviously, folks hoping it's here. Just can you give us your perspective on the supply and the demand?
Yeah, everything's a competition, huh? We were in Denver, we won a team. We were here, Raleigh. It's awesome. It's awesome to see, but I think it also speaks to the demand and how this has been a long time coming. With proper support, resources, investment, and platform, anything is possible. And I think those two things we've had, and the demand's definitely there. And whatever happens with expansion, we don't control that, but I think the cities that we've played in this takeover tour have shown that they're interested, and I think the biggest thing is not just showing up for one game, but showing up for whatever it is, 9+ games, however many games the league is expanding to. But it's showing up night in and night out, and buying the merch. You saw all the jerseys in the stands tonight. Getting your season tickets. It's not just one game. It's the consistency, and that's what makes this success and sustainable. And I think this was awesome. Obviously, it's the closest game I've played at home personally, so that was pretty special. Not at home, but close to home. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see what the league decides, and players will be players, and we'll play. We'll go where they tell us.
Ken, last season you're obviously won the Walter Cup, so the playoffs were great, but the regular season, the last 5 or 6 games were not so great. Obviously, coming off of now 2 losses in a row, it's not 5 or 6 like it was last year. But how do you kind of avoid and kind of what's the message like in the room for your team to make sure you don't have a similar end to your regular season this year?
Yeah, we just need to get back to playing our style. I think it's every game is contested in our league. Every game's tight. We have a lot of overtimes. 1 to 6 any given night. I mean, everyone's beat everyone, so it's not like there's a huge difference. There's in the teams a tremendous parity, and now it's just about small details. When do you put the puck in the net at the right time? When do you get a key save? When does your power play work? When does your kill have a big kill? Just all those little details. So we'll make sure we got 5 left, and we're excited to we win 3 out of the 5, and then basically it's our first series, so then we get to move on.
Melissa, how many tickets did you have to comp for family and friends tonight?
Honestly, I don't even know. My parents had a suite, so I think there was about 20 of them up there. I think I got like 15 from the team. And then just people that I played with growing up, they were all messaging me like, hey, I'm coming out. So it was cool. I saw one of my old teammates with her daughter on the glass, tossed her a puck. And she was actually, I guess they did like a youth hockey tournament here, and her daughter was actually on the Minnesota team. They did all the teams around. So it was cool to see people I grew up with come out. But it's really special that my family was actually be able to just not fly somewhere and just be able to drive down the street. So